everyone, Lauren here from The Happiest Woman Alive, and today I want to talk to you about one thing that's a little bit taboo in the weight loss surgery community, but it's something that you really need to know about because you need to be able to be responsible, and that's drinking alcohol. Most people are going to tell you avoid, try not to drink, but you're probably going to try it. Most people do, and if you clicked on this video, it's because you're already curious. So what I want to do first off is I want to explain how alcohol is absorbed in your body and why it's so much different for a post-op bariatric patient to drink than a normal person. So with a normal person, when they drink alcohol, it goes straight to their stomach and it sits there, and about 20% of the alcohol is absorbed in the stomach. That only leaves about 80% to be absorbed by the intestine, and it's the rate of release through the pyloric valve. That's the valve that goes from the bottom of your stomach to the top of your intestines. It's closed, and then it slowly opens and lets things go through at a very slow rate. So the alcohol goes into your intestines where the other 80% is absorbed. The factors in how quickly your blood alcohol level rises are based on, number one, what's in your stomach. So if you eat before you drink or eat with your drink, the alcohol will stay in your stomach longer and be released over a longer period of time, so your body has more time to absorb and burn off the alcohol. Again, this is all pre-op, non-surgery people, normal people. So your body has about an hour to absorb and burn off one drink. Now, that really, it depends on your age, your size, your weight, your height, your gender, your race. It really does depend on you specifically, on your body, because different aspects, determine how quickly your blood alcohol level rises. Like for women, unfortunately, it's a proven fact that our blood alcohol rises faster than men. It doesn't matter your size. You can be the exact same size as a dude. Your blood alcohol level will be just slightly higher than his after the exact same amount of drinks, because our body is generally made up in a different way, and as a female, our bodies absorb alcohol differently. Now, for a post-op patient, there are 3 different surgeries that affect us, which means, with the 3 main surgeries, the banding, gastric banding, the sleeve, and the Roux-en-Y, the bypass. Things are different for each of us, too. With the gastric band, you still have your whole stomach to hold the alcohol. Now, you can't necessarily eat or drink as much, so your blood alcohol level is going to rise slightly quicker than somebody who hasn't had weight loss surgery, but not significantly enough to compare to a gastric bypass patient. You still have to be very careful after gastric banding. Now, the disclaimer, I want you to understand that those of us who have had weight loss surgery, we cannot follow these guidelines of 1 drink per hour or eat while you're drinking, and, all of the guides that tell you how to drink responsibly. Those don't apply to you, and they don't apply to me if you've had weight loss surgery. So these are the new rules. If you've had the gastric sleeve or the gastric bypass, your body is going to absorb alcohol at a faster rate. Your blood alcohol level is going to go up faster than somebody who hasn't had surgery with the same amount of alcohol. So first, what I want you to understand is during the rapid weight loss section of your post-op surgery, that's like the first 6 months, your body is going to absorb alcohol super quick because you are already depleted on nutrients. So that's when it's the most dangerous to drink, those first 6 months, because you will feel the effects of the alcohol much faster, much longer, and more damage can be done. So if you can, please wait 6 months to even experiment. That's probably the smartest decision. Now, when you do try to experiment with alcohol, please understand that when you've had the gastric sleeve, the alcohol goes in, and typically it'll sit in your stomach, but our stomachs are so small after the gastric sleeve that not a lot of alcohol will fit. So at the very bottom of our stomach is the pyloric valve, and it'll open, and the alcohol goes into our intestines faster, which means the gastric sleeve patient our blood alcohol level will go up faster because our intestines are absorbing more of the alcohol. With a gastric bypass patient, this is where it gets really tricky. You have not only bypassed most of your stomach, but you've also bypassed your pyloric valve, which was responsible for the slow release of things into your intestines. That includes alcohol. When you've had gastric bypass and you drink alcohol, it goes straight into your intestine, and it is absorbed much, much faster. If you have had weight loss surgery, especially gastric bypass, but all of them, you cannot drive after one drink. You can't. Your blood alcohol level will be higher than 0.08. It absolutely will be higher, because 0.08 on average is what one person's blood alcohol level is after one drink, and it doesn't technically mean you're inebriated. After weight loss surgery, you probably are. You are probably over the limit. Don't even tempt it. And unfortunately, there is no way to test your blood alcohol level in a bar or at a restaurant or at a wedding reception. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's those little breathalyzers that you can buy, but how many of us have those sitting in our bags? Your blood alcohol level is too high after one drink to drive. Don't do it. Now, you understand your body is going to absorb alcohol faster because you've had weight loss surgery. It changes the amount you can drink. And this is where I'm going to get a little personal. I'm going to tell you my story, because I chose to have drinks now and then since I've had surgery. I'm 2 years out. I've had a few nights where I've gone out with my girlfriends, and, you know, I've gone to weddings and birthday parties, and I've had my own birthdays and holidays. Yeah, there have been times where I've drank. Before I had surgery, I used to pride myself in the fact that I could drink and not be completely wasted all the time. I wasn't a messy drunk. I wasn't a fast drunk. I was pretty in control of my drinking. Then I had weight loss surgery, and I tried to continue my habits that I used to have, and I realized that, number one, my body's smaller. I can't drink as much alcohol. Number two, it affects me harder and faster. And number three, there's a certain point where I lose my functioning ability. I have blacked out. Not passed out, but like blackouts, mental blackouts, where I don't really remember things that have happened. That has never once happened to me before surgery, because I was always careful about how much I drank. As growing up, when I was a teenager and I wanted to experiment with alcohol, my dad sat me down and had a talk with me and was like, Lauren, always know your limit. Never black out. Don't ever get that far. So I made a point of like being more careful about how I drank. And then I had the weight loss surgery and everything changed, and none of that applies anymore. And I found out the hard way. So I want you to understand my story so you can understand what to prepare for possibly with yours. About a year ago, maybe, I went to the Ontario Improv. It's a comedy place where I live, and I was watching a friend do some stand-up, and there was another man who was performing that night, and almost all of his jokes were about weight loss surgery. And I was probably the only person in the room laughing, because I think I was the only other person who got the jokes. But he was talking about how he could have a drink and then feel sober right away. And then another drink and feel sober right away. And then after the third drink, he was toasted. And I was laughing because it's exactly what happens to me. I don't exactly know why it happens this way, but after one drink, my body absorbs it really fast. Technically, your body cannot burn off alcohol as quickly as it feels, but after weight loss surgery, like I had this crazy idea that because my stomach was so small, I just had to take shots because they were small too. Horrible idea. I don't want to ever take another shot in my life. Shots were a bad idea, but I have a little stomach, so I need a little shot. So I would take shots, and I'd be drunk for like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden I was sober again. So I'd take another shot and go through the process over and over until I had that one shot too many, and then I was gone. I mean, completely toasted. So it would take about an hour. I'd have like 4 shots and then I was drunk. That's pretty much how my drinking had gone for the past 2 years until I realized that 4 is my limit for an entire day, and shots are a bad idea because that's too much alcohol introduced into my system at one time. So now I'll drink a mixed drink with maybe 1 to 1.5 ounces of alcohol per drink, and I sip it over an hour or 2. And I can get a little buzz, but I don't get drunk anymore, and I'm definitely not going to black out anymore. So that's my limit, that's my rule for myself, because after I'm drunk, I lose self-control, and I will drink anything you put in front of me, and that is a problem. That's not okay. So what I want you to be aware of is when you drink post-op, you will get drunk faster. After those first few shots or drinks or whatever you have, you're not going to feel it. But it's in there and it's working. And the alcohol will affect you. It might take an hour, and you might feel the initial buzz and then down, but it's still in there. That alcohol is not gone, and it will come creeping back up on you. So please be careful after you have weight loss surgery if you do try to drink. Remember that alcohol turns into sugar in your body, and it also mixes. Most of the mixes for alcoholic drinks are sugar. Wine, pretty much pure sugar. So be careful when you drink alcohol because it does affect your body the same way sugar does. So it's pretty much drinking pure sugar. Just want to warn you ahead of time, if you do choose to drink, please do so responsibly. You cannot drive even after 1 drink at all. Don't even think you can. You might feel it, but your blood alcohol level will be too high after 8 ounces of a beer. It will be. That's just the way our bodies work now. So drink responsibly, please. And if you find that you're starting to have a problem with alcohol addiction or alcohol abuse, please seek help. I am in school right now to be a substance abuse counselor. There are resources out there. Unfortunately, people who have had weight loss surgery, we become dependent on alcohol. We have issues with cross addiction because we have terminated our food addiction without treating it. Please, please, please find help. There are several different resources. Send me a message if you want to find some resources, and I'll help you out. I'll help you find, a place to get help, because nobody needs to deal with that type of trauma in their life, that type of pain, and that type of addiction. Thank you for watching. I hope it helped. I hope you understand where I'm coming from when I say be careful. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, Facebook, on my website, or even down below in the comments. I will respond. Talk to you soon. Thank you.